Didn't see you there. Wait. What? Didn't see you there. Today we'll be working on Loki's corset. We're going to be making these costumes in tandem. So, after Thor's corset, now comes Loki's corset. This piece right here. And today we're going to be working with Simplicity Pattern 8363. We're going to be using this corset piece, not the foam pieces or the collar piece. So you can follow along as we're doing that. I'm going to be doing a little bit of modification, a little more of the sort of same really dramatic sort of pointing, but just less, because I'm kinder to myself. What can I say? So here we go. Alright, so for the Loki corset, we're going to be using this fantastic green satin taffeta deal. We're going to be embellishing it with this gold netting nonsense that's so shiny, so shiny. And then for some of the black pieces, we're going to be using this, which is a lot of fun. It feels so cool. So this is our corset. These are our colors, our schemes. Alright, so we've got our black fabric, our interfacing, and more of our black fabric. We've got that for all of these. And also this one. And then for these two in the center, we've got the green with the gold. Look at how spiffy this is. So these are gonna be the middle. It's gonna be the middle. Center, front, and center of the corset. Look at how shiny. Wow.
So, just like with last time, remember the knobbly side is toward the fabric you're adhering to. Nobody wants to clean glue off an iron, so I can't stress how much you don't want to screw this up. Fun fact, that paw and heart ring was a gift from one of my friends from CatCon 2018, and I'm still kinda sad that I lost it somewhere in London like 2 months ago. When pinning your netting to your base, you should stretch it somewhat. This allows the give it needs while limiting its ability to scrunch and crinkle, which in turn will create a more flush and polished look. Depending on your netting, when basting the netting to your base, you're going to want to use a smaller stitch than regular basting. This allows the thread to grip to more parts of the netting. Also remember to base extremely close to the edges, this way your basting stitch will be hidden within your seam allowance. When you're done with that, pin right sides together for your center front seam. Now, while I have an aesthetic to maintain, you, my dear viewer, should remove dangly fabricy jewelry. It will save you from inevitably sewing your bracelet to your corset. What you just saw was a backstitch. I learned this from my mom, I think. At the end of a seam, reverse stitch over it and bring it back. This strengthens the end of your stitch beyond just tying off the ends of the thread. For these corsets, always remember right sides together. The seam allowances will be hidden in the end, but for now they will provide comfortable channels to affix the boning to later.
Alright, we got the first part. Check that out. I'll poke someone's eye out. We have 1950s boobs up in here. I'm certain there's no way this could possibly go wrong.
Gonna poke somebody's eye out for sure.
Hells yeah.
Most specifically mine.
Yeah, yours, because that's about eyeball height for you, right?
For my project, I put the gold netting only over the green taffeta, but to each your own. If you want to be dripping in gold, then you do you, my dearies. Now you can plainly see that I'm not using the most up-to-date equipment. This sewing machine is my mom's, I think from when she was like 15. This is the machine I grew up using, and I'm the most comfortable with. Now, iron down your seam allowances. Now, while it may appear that I'm ironing over my own foot, and I know you're all concerned for my well-being, I can assure you that I'm only using my foot to prop up the ironing board. This allows me to put the bust seam over the edge of the board since I don't own one of those fancy ironing pillows. Could I have used a regular pillow? Probably, but I've already accidentally burned one of my mother's tea towels and I didn't really want to risk it.
How do I look? Shiny?
A little less like your boobs are gonna poke my eyes out.
Oh, that's disappointing.
But sexy nonetheless.
Oh, fantastic.
Because the boning goes into the seam allowances on both sides of every seam, this whole corset took nearly 10 yards of boning by itself. Now, as a Loki stand, the outer portion that you would normally see is Loki's signature green and gold, but I felt that having the gold netting on the inside would create unpleasant chafing. Because of this, the corset ended up being reversible, Loki on the outside or flipped Slytherin on the outside, which I think sums me up quite nicely. I did it on purpose, and no one can convince me otherwise.
Now we're pressing the seams down so we can pin the lining to the outside. And I have been asked repeatedly by some people in this room why I made the lining sort of line up and match with the outside. And the answer to that is I wasn't really thinking about it, so I just did that. I don't know if it'll end up being reversible, but if it's reversible, if it ends up being that I can use it as reversible, then I'm gonna say that I did it on purpose all along, because I knew that would happen.
Because you really want the gold scratchy material against your boobs.
Shit!
One's own legs are not an appropriate pinning surface, but we do what we want here. Because all of the outer seams will be covered with bias tape, try to keep this seam as close to the edge as possible. I usually aim for about 1/4 of an inch. Slytherin rules! Boo. Loki, my murderous baby. As you can see, sewing the boning channels to the outside of fabric ended up with this fun lined look. Not really sure what to call it, but definitely dope as hell is among the top contenders.
Check it, it's reversible. It's really not reversible. I mean, it could be.
Actually,
It has the potential to actually legitimately be reversible.
it kind of totally works both ways.
I know, right? That's kind of exciting.
100% goes both ways.
I may not add the extender piece just because I don't care if I'm naked under this, and I might just leave it reversible.
Yeah.
Fuck it, why not?
Yeah, it looks pretty good this way too.
Yeah. Sweet.
Now, time to add the bias tape. Join us next week when I take you through having to build the bias tape, because although we are not a house that fucks with that level of shenaniganery, we are also a house that was not left with any options. There were no serviceable bias tapes to purchase this time.
Suddenly your brain is like, what would happen if you were just like hammering stuff and like this like pointy part like went into your brain? Cause like my brain does that.
What have I told you about making me laugh, woman? I'm holding the camera.
I fully don't believe you're holding the camera.
Woman.
I love you.
Shut up.
You love me too.
Maybe.
That's the problem. You can't leave.
Touche.
You love me for my dexterous eyebrows.
Now, while I will use a black lace when tying this up for a slithering corset, this lovely gold nonsense was perfect for Loki. Also, while there are other lacing techniques we will explore in a different episode, I went with the simple X's up the back for... I'm getting better. Only my sleeve and fingers were visible this time. Is this how you pause it?
Fucking look at those. Look at them. They're great. They satisfy my love of both deer puns and puns.
Oh, buck you too.